and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do another book review, and this time I will be talking about This Savage Song by Schwab. I have been looking forward to this book for such a long time, and I am so lucky because Lydia Gittins, the lovely press person at Titan Books, sent me an advance copy of this. It's coming out on the 7th of July and I think you should all buy it or borrow it from the library or anything like that. And of course I have some reasons why. I actually have plenty of notes. So let's get started. This Savage Song takes place in Verity, which is a post-apocalyptic kind of city, and it is divided in north and south. Now the north is controlled by Harker and the south is controlled by the Flynns. They both have a very different kind of approach to the problem in Verity, which is that any kind of violence or murder actually manifests itself as a monster, whereas Harker kind of has this devil's deal going on with the monsters to protect the citizens of the city. The Flynns actually actively fight against the monsters or try to prevent more monsters from being created. Now in this city with lots of problems going on, our story follows August Flynn and Kate Harker. Now Kate Harker is the son of the main Harker patriarch, and she is a girl who's trying to be mean and vicious just like her father. She wants her father to accept her and to finally let her stay in Verity rather than just sending her away to different boarding schools. August Flynn is Henry Flynn's son. Well, he would be if he would be human, because he is actually a Sunai, which is one of the most deadly monsters, and they are very rare and they're only created by massive atrocities being done, such as school shootings, bombings, things like that. And August just doesn't want to be a monster. August just wants to be human. And it's those two characters I completely fell in love with. Like, they are just so engrossing, and it's a dual POV, so some of the chapters you see from August's point of view, other chapters you see from Kate's point of view. Now August is actually sent out to spy on Kate, and then there's this whole Romeo and Juliet friendship that takes place. They are thrown together in a life or death chase. And that's about all I'm going to say about the plot, because I don't want to spoil anything, but let's just say this was amazing. I've been having a massive book hangover after finishing it. I think I only read it in about 2 days. I was like, more. I feel like all the characters are so well developed. I really loved Kate and August, but I also really loved the dynamics between the two different families. It was so fascinating to see, you know, Kate's dad is just horrible. He is like a monster of a man. And that's one of the things I really like about this. It's kind of exploring the monstrousness of humanity and how sometimes monsters want to be human and want to be accepted as human and through what they're doing rather than who they are and what they look like. I really liked Kate and August's friendship. It grows very slowly, but it's so realistic, and it just made me go like, yeah. They're so funny together as well. Like, that's one of the things that I feel that V.E. Schwab does so well, is that the characters are well developed, they have their banter, but then they can be very serious at the same time. It's such a good balance there. I also loved then the Flynn family, who are so much more of a family in my opinion than the Harkers are. I absolutely adored the world building in this. It reminded me of Vicious quite a bit, but it's more in an alternate reality rather than in our own time. But it just has that kind of, I don't know what to call it, but it has that spark that I felt when I was reading Vicious that I connected to so much. And I think it's also because of the fact that none of these characters are completely morally white. They're all grey. And I love that. I love how balanced things are. I love how things are not the way you think they're going to be. I love that. I love being kept on my toes by an author, and V.E. Schwab does it so well with this book. Yes, just yes. I also really love the monsters. There's 3 different kinds. So you've got the Korsai, who are summoned by violence. Then you have the Malkai, who are summoned by murder. And then the Sunai, who are, as I said, summoned by atrocities. I really like the magic system. It's kind of like a magic paranormal kind of system, and it makes sense. Once again, it's that cause and effect thing that I really like in a magic system, because it's not meant as a way out. It actually creates problems, which I like in a magic system. So I was like, yeah, monsters. And finally, plot-wise, for me, this was such a step up from A Darker Shade of Magic. I haven't read the second book in the Darker Shade of Magic series yet. I've heard it's great and amazing, but I haven't read it yet, and the reason I haven't yet is because for me, A Darker Shade of Magic plot-wise, at the end, I was a bit disappointed. I was hoping for a massive climax, and the fight took like a page, and I was a bit like, is this it? It felt quite Deus Ex Machina for me. I just a bit like, oh, I wanted this to be so much more because the world was amazing and the writing was amazing. This book, however, has an amazing climax. I was so happy with it. It is so satisfying as an ending. Yeah, it sets it up beautifully for the second book. I am so excited. I just want the next book like right now. I'm just like, please just give it to me. I really loved it. Like, plot-wise, it was so well built up, and you kind of knew they were going to become friends, Augustine and Kate, but still the way it was done, V.E. Schwab just did it wonderfully, and she writes so beautifully. You guys, oh. So, all in all, if you want a beautifully written book about a Romeo and Juliet friendship, there's no romance in this book, and you want it to be in a world where monsters are real, and that deals with the monstrousness of humanity, with plenty of morally grey characters, then this Savage Song by V. Schwab is the book for you. Yes, that's it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll talk to you all very soon. Bye bye.